Hello and welcome to the Ask the Wizard Metaphysics Academy. In this introductory video, I wanted to go through a little bit of an orientation, I guess, on the structure of our classes, how they marry with the virtual events, the live virtual events that we have, as well as the home study ones. Some are exclusive, some are a bit of a hybrid between them all. But first, the most important question, why ask the wizard? Okay, well, it's because of this. All right, so back when the Lord of the Rings movies were all the rage, and I'm 6.5 feet tall, okay? And sometimes this has colors in it, but I would be walking through a mall or something like that, and it would often be little kids. I would overhear them. I remember one overhearing her mention to her mom, and she said, "Look, there's Gandalf." And a lot of you guys, a lot of our students, again, especially during that time, would refer to me as Gandalf. So Gandalf, wizard, hair, I just went with it. So that's where Ask the Wizard comes from. Okay, so we have the Ask the Wizard Academy, which is online. It's module based. I'm sure you've been there, or maybe you're just checking this out as a bit of a sampler, right? So if not, if you just go to healingcenter.ca and just give me a sec, I'm going to switch over. Oh, I think I lost it, or let me hold on here. Let me just go to here. This is actually from a past workshop. So here we go. Okay, so if you go to, oh goodness, that's small. Hold on, I'm going to make it bigger for you. This is actually Word that I'm in right now. So let's just go, oh, I forgot about the formatting. Well, let's go about like that. That will work. And I'm going to change it to one of my favorite fonts for this, which is right. And there we go. Okay, so if you just go to healingcenter.ca, you'll be able to click on a link that says Ask the Wizard Academy. You'll be able to go in there and check out the different workshops that we have. As I said, those are standalone home studies. So they're a selection of, well, we kind of have three categories. We'll just go with video. So there's the video training modules, which is actually what you're seeing right now. Then there's, I'm going to say oh boy, I can't spell, just so you know. Electronic, I'm going to say documents. So these could be PDFs, they could be image files, different things like this. And some, I'm going to say audio. So these could be like guided meditations. Sometimes I'll pull in like podcasts, because I've been online doing media since, wow, 2005, and then in a really big way since 2009. So whether it's audio podcasts, whether it's video, and different things like this, and also resources. So what we do is I'll pull together a lot of these things. So it's really a diverse selection of media. So it makes it interesting. I think that's the thing too, is a lot of, because this is kind of the year of everything going virtual. And what I see some, in really all genres, they go, okay, well, I'm taking whatever I did physical in person, and I'm just going to do it in front of a webcam. Well, this is a very different medium, right? And so that's one of the things that we did, was because primarily, really almost exclusively, our offerings were in-person workshops, and 90% of them outside of, so right now, my studio is actually in Alberta, Canada, so outside of the province. So of course, that hasn't been happening for a while now. And so what we did was we really tore apart the whole curriculum of what we do and rebuilt it and redesigned it so we can efficiently offer it virtually, but also make it interesting for you guys as well. And that's why we've really mixed it up. And that's why the Ask the Wizard Academy, again, go to Healing Center, you'll be able to click through, is all self-study. It's got modules like this, the different categories. As I said, the video modules, electronic documents, things like that, manuals and that type of thing. And then all sorts of other resources, again, whether it's guided meditations and things like that. So then there's that, okay? Then there is the virtual events. Now, the virtual events look similar to this. We use the same platform to do this, but of course they're live, they're interactive. I think probably most of you, the word Zoom has become just part of our common vernacular now. So the Zoom room, so we call ours Ask the Wizard Zoom room. If you haven't experienced a Zoom experience before, I invite you to, so hold on and I'll tell you how to check that out. But we've really put a lot of work into making it interesting and comfortable and easy to access, to make it fun. And again, it's live interaction, and we use this same production equipment, if you will, so we can make it interesting for you guys as well. And actually, so one of our teachers is who we call Mr. Flipchart. So I'm just going to introduce Mr. Flipchart. So I think there's Mr. Flipchart right there. So Mr. Flipchart would say, hi. Okay, so we have the text base, which you saw, right? That's this one right here. And then we also have Mr. Flipchart. Now, we have, any of you that have, a lot of you maybe have attended some of our events, in-person events and different things like this. You will have seen me with my circles and my triangles and my diamonds and my spirals and all that type of stuff. So it's a series of charts, or we like to call it maps, that can take, well, actually, let me find where it is here. It's right there. So geometrics. So geometrics, which is, and I want to make sure I've got my video turned up because I had it turned off once before, but there we go, is a whole series of charts or maps. Oh yeah, we're good. Charts or maps that take, as it says, esoteric, metaphysical, kind of that, that floofy kind of concepts, and really breaks it down into something that you can use like a map, right? So if you have a map, you don't have to memorize every street corner, every stoplight, where everything is, because if you have the map, you can start to navigate your terrain, your experience, and you can do it now, right? And that's one of the really valuable things about these maps and these charts that we use, Mr. Flipchart. So I'll just do a really quick example. So in this present moment, so where's this present moment? Well, it's right here, right now, right where you're watching this from, right? There are actually, it's divided into sort of 3 regions, okay? And we use these a lot. So we use geometrics, which is a name we've created for it, circles, triangles, etc. It is really the foundation of really all the teachings, all right? So I'll just give you a bit of an example. So in this present moment, there are 2 hemispheres or regions, or we could call them neighborhoods, right? Now, 2 neighborhoods in the same city, right? Not 2 different cities, 2 neighborhoods in the same city, or 2 regions, or we will sometimes say 2 hemispheres, right? And this hemisphere I'm going to call physical. And this hemisphere I'm going to call non-physical. Now, I can't spell, just so you guys know, but I think I kind of got that right, okay? So physical and non-physical. And then there is one more, because I said 3, right? This third one we call your I am. So in this present moment, there is the physical, I'll explain what I mean by that, the non-physical, and your I am. Okay, so what are the building materials? So how do I know what the physical aspect of this present moment is? Well, this is the aspect that you experience with your 5 senses, right? So this is what you see, what you taste, what you hear, right, smell, all that kind of stuff, right? Now, what are the building materials of our non-physical world? Well, they are our thoughts. Now, notice I've classified or categorized these as physical and non-physical, right? Notice I haven't used the word like energy or spiritual or things like that. So pretty much I would think, I don't know, in 8th grade science, we learn that everything is energy, right? So that coffee that I just had, this cup, yes, this cup, is not solid, right? We experience it as solid, but it's really energy vibrating in a range of frequencies that we experience as solid, but it's not solid. And just this teaching here is really a game changer in so many ways, because our physical and our non-physical world, if we want to get to the raw building blocks, it's energy, right? It's energy vibrating at different frequencies. Now, isn't that cool, right? We experience it in these two primary ways, right? The physical world and thoughts. But we just experience it differently. At the raw roots of what it is, it's all energy. And so really the Metaphysical Academy, or the Metaphysics Academy, is really comes from that understanding, is that, well, yes, I'm not saying you can take a thought and put into this cup, right? Or take its temperature, right? Just because, and this is where the importance in this clarification is, just because it's non-physical doesn't mean it's non-real or non-relevant. And a big piece of the themes of our curriculum is understanding our physical and our non-physical world and their relationship between each other. Because as we learn to manage both of those, and of course, this is a little bit of a duh, but I mean, our physical world, we have all sorts of workshops and teachings and rules and regulations on how to manage that. Not a whole lot from a really practical perspective on how to manage our non-physical, right? I haven't even talked about emotions, but that's a topic that you're going to need to register for a course for. Ha, cool segue. Okay, and I'll just finish off this little example. Of course, there is this here, and our I am, that's our label for what you may call your spirit, your soul, your higher self. Again, the labels aren't really terribly important. What's important is the clarification, the understanding of how to navigate it. So the fundamentals, the building blocks that we use are videos like this, audio supplements. It could be a blog post that I could pull in. It may be a video I did from who knows how long ago, pulling together a collection as resources for each one of the home study courses, again, and the virtual events, right? And so sometimes you may attend the virtual event first, or that may be the primary content, and it's supplemented by a module on the Metaphysics Academy site, or the workshop may be sort of reside more on the Academy website and be supplemented by the virtual events. And this for us is where the really, really big powerhouse to this is. And we spend a lot of time, as I said, sort of figuring out what's the most efficient way that we can deliver this information and understanding to you in ways that are effective and also interesting, right? So they're the Ask the Wizard. Oh, what am I doing here? Ask the Wizard. There we go. Academy. Oh my goodness. I need more coffee, right? That is so bad. There. Let's try that. There's the online, I've typed too much, virtual events, right? And then there's the supplemental, look at me, resources, which I said, what, oh my God, let's try this like that, which are a whole collection. And they all marry together. And that's where the power is, because what we want you to have, and I really encourage you to go check out the university. You'll be able to see a good piece of it. If you've already attended one of the virtual events, or if you've already purchased one of the home study courses, you'll have an account that we set up for you guys. It creates really a resource library. And that's the thing, right? Each time you take some of our trainings, it's not like you take them and then they're gone somewhere, right? They get added to your own personal profile. So each time, and some are free, there's a cost to them and all that kind of stuff. But each time you include or bring in something new, it adds to this resource library. So it's not like you pay your money, you pay your tuition, and it's gone, right? It adds and it adds and it adds and it adds. And then you have this resource from a very mechanical, practical perspective, I have a whole bunch of labels I use for myself, but one that I really like, which is mechanically accurate, is I kind of call myself an energy mechanic. So when you think about it, the flip chart is very much like a schematic or a drawing. And that's the thing, is we really focus on giving some structure to these things. So there's not all this floofy, new agey, rhetoric and all that stuff. It's practical, powerful, applicable teachings that you can use to manage your present moment experience in every way, right? For us, spirituality is not just, sitting in the trees meditating or living in a cave eating twigs and roots and stuff like that. We have another event, we call it practical spirituality, which is a really accurate descriptor too, right? It's about taking those, which is really, when you think about it, that's what geometrics is, right? So easy to follow and apply guides for living a passionate, powerful, peaceful life experience. It really is, right? That's what everything that we do is. That's what it's focused on, is giving you tools, giving you understanding, so you can take your power back, so you can start to step into your role, your inheritance, your birthright, to become a powerful creator of your experience. And I'm not saying that we are the creator. I am not saying that I am the creator of your experience or you're the creator of mine. But you are the creator of your experience. I'm the creator of mine. And now, maybe more than ever, we need to understand the mechanics, right? The mechanics of our life experience. Not just rhetoric, not just fluffy affirmations, not just namaste this and namaste that, but have a powerful mechanical understanding of how life works. And then you can start to choose to manage it in really powerful ways. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. As I said, that's kind of an example. That's what the modules look like. Each module isn't terribly long. Some are short, 5-6 minutes. Very few are longer than 20. With the resources. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments about any of this or anything else, you know how to find me. Go to healingcenter.ca. Thanks for tuning in, guys.